Good morning, everyone. How are you this beautiful Tuesday morning? I'm Marisa Shadrick. I'm an online content strategist and certified copywriter here with a little bit of encouragement behind the scenes and some business tips for you. So glad you're here. If you're joining me live either on YouTube or on Facebook, just let me know. Pop in the comments. Tell me hi. Let me know that you're here. We're at a new time now at 8:30, and the stats show that it is a better time. I think most people like to sleep in, especially during the pandemic. They're probably catching up on some needed rest, which is good. So be sure to pop in the comments and let me know that you're here at any time. Or if you have a question, I would be happy to try to answer that question for you. So let me navigate here. Today we're going to be talking about video. Video is a hot topic. A lot of people are doing video. In fact, a lot of the tools that we use normally, we're getting notices that due to COVID-19, there's a dramatic increase of usage. So everybody's online, not only on Zoom, but Facebook Lives. People are recording videos. Video is hot. So we're going to talk a little bit about that in just a little bit. A little bit of behind the scenes with me, and I share a little bit, not because I'm narcissistic and I want to talk about myself, but I figured you probably want to know a little bit about me. And I live in Las Vegas. We were originally from California. I was born in New York City, lived in Los Angeles forever, my entire life practically, and we moved to Las Vegas a little over 5 years ago due to just travel, because where we were living in California, there was it was in Northern California, beautiful area in Redding, but no airport. We had to drive 3 hours to get to the airport. So it got old, and we didn't want to live in Los Angeles because I've lived there before. So we decided to move to Las Vegas because it was centrally located, to Utah, to Southern California, to Reno, and so forth. And so here we are. And we had beautiful rain yesterday. In fact, it's cloudy today. So whenever there's rain in Las Vegas, we Las Vegians are very, very happy. So that's a little bit about me. We've been navigating through this pandemic, and I hope you and your family are doing well. We've been doing everything that we can to be comfortable in our small environment. We have a 4-bedroom home, but it's not as big as it sounds. It's small square footage, and it's a 1-story. So my daughter, my granddaughter live with us. So everybody online right now on video, which is our topic for today, it can get pretty noisy. So we pitched a tent out in the back, and I'm almost tempted to go live in the tent just for some more privacy. But my husband was kind enough to move into the bedroom and make a desk area in the corner there so we're not on top of each other. So that's a little bit about me. You know, we've been navigating through this pandemic, and we've started now cutting each other's hair and bangs and stuff. And I continue to have there. If I tilt my head a little bit, my bangs are straight. but I did cut my granddaughter's hair, and it did turn out okay. So she loved it. Cut about 4 or 5 inches. I was sweating bullets, but it worked out. But I can't seem to do the same for myself. Isn't that the way it is with our products and services? We can do an amazing job for other people, but when it comes to our own stuff, we seem to mess it up. So anyway, my encouragement for today is, during this time when you're trying to create content and you're trying to reach an audience, things are changing every day. And so my best tip for you as far as an encouragement is, first of all, do not give up. Just continue to create and find different ways, creative ways to reach your audience. Try and experiment, do tests and see. Maybe do comparison test of ads that maybe you're running on Facebook, and just change the image or change the title. Try different things and don't give up, because there's still activity on there. People are still buying. Internet is, everybody's on the internet, as I mentioned earlier. So it is a perfect time for you to align yourself with your audience, finding your audience, figuring out what your ideal value proposition is, finding your ideal customer avatar, and positioning yourself right in front of them, because all eyeballs are on the internet right now. So video, I want to go right into video and talk a little bit about it. Video is interesting, live and recorded. There's different ways that we can do video. We can record video, right straight from our phone if you want to do that. You can even go live on Facebook right from your phone. You don't have to have any real special equipment. It's a great way to engage with people because people get to see you. They get to see you, your personality. And if you do something live, not only do they get to see the raw you, the real you, the unedited you, which people love that. They love authenticity. They love to see how people interact with an audience, and they want to see the real thing. There's just so much phony stuff out there that is just nice. Even if you feel uncomfortable, you can even say on video, this is my first time on video, so I am a little uncomfortable. Just embrace it and just go with it. Or if you're navigating like I do when I was doing live stream with these tools and everything, I say, I'm getting a little familiar with these tools, so excuse me as I'm clicking out of some windows here. You just be honest with them when you're starting live broadcast. And like I said, you can do it as easily as from your phone, go on to Facebook. Now, I love to do everything on my desktop. Maybe because I wear contacts and it's really hard to see those tiny little words, and I like to be able to engage with people. So I use my phone when I'm out and about and I'm not at my computer. Other than that, I put my phone down. I do not use it. In fact, I don't even look at the text messages or anything. I'm really bad at that. If people want to reach me, the email is the best way because that's where I'm at and that's where I'm living and that's what I'm doing. But you can do it from your phone. Now, let's talk a little bit about live versus pre-recorded. Now, live, and let's just simply talk about various platforms. You can go live on LinkedIn. You can go live on YouTube. You can go live on Facebook. You know, whenever you use the platform itself, whatever platform you're using, and you use their tools and you play with their toy and you produce videos on their platform, it's always going to be more favorable because they want you to do that. And but it's not something, I mean, you could create a video and you can have it in your computer and you can upload it directly to a platform as well, right? You're not redirecting them to another place. For example, you can create a video on YouTube, right? And then you take YouTube link and you would share it on Facebook or share it on LinkedIn. All good, right? But if you wanted a little bit more traction in the algorithm, and let me explain what the algorithm is, because that's just such a sticky thing. I had to just look it up for you so that I don't miscommunicate what the algorithm is. Facebook algorithm, for example, is how Facebook decides which posts users see. So the algorithm decides what people are going to see and in what order. And every time they check their news feed. So it's constantly dictating. It's the Lord of the content, and it decides who's going to see what, when they're going to see it, and so forth. And so if you're going to do a pre-recorded video and upload it to Facebook, that's perfectly fine because you're not redirecting it from YouTube, right? You're uploading it directly to Facebook. However, if you do a live on Facebook and you go into either using your phone or on your computer, nowadays it's much easier than it was before. Before on your computer it was hard because it would come out sideways, or even on your phone you couldn't like turn it. It's much easier now. But here's my suggestion. But if you do the Facebook live on Facebook, it averages, this is early 2020 now. This isn't like now during the pandemic because the numbers always change, but this is early 2020. If you use the Facebook Live, it averages 6 times more engagement than regular video. 6 times more engagement. So if it's 6 times more engagement, more people are seeing it in order to engage, right? So you get a little bit more traction. The algorithm favors you a little more if you're doing a Facebook Live versus uploading a pre-recorded video. So many people want to get some traction on YouTube and they try to share a link. You know, you could do a multi-platform live stream like I do on YouTube and Facebook. You could do that, so you can get a live stream on YouTube and Facebook. A lot of people are doing that, and some people do it on multiple platforms, like 5, 6 different platforms. But of course, the price point goes up, you know, depending on how many platforms you want to be on, and is it really going to be strategic for you to be on all those platforms. Some people say yes, and some people say no. It depends. If I'm going to be on a lot of platforms, I need to be on a lot of platforms. I need to engage with people on those platforms. And I don't have the bandwidth to do that. I can do that on YouTube and Facebook and manage that at this time. Will that change? Yeah, possibly that'll change. But for right now, my point is start where you are. If you're not comfortable with live, if just the idea of pushing that button that says go live freaks you out, but you want to start going into video, then by all means, go ahead and pre-record it and upload it. If you want to do a practice run, find maybe a private group and say, hey, I want to practice my live video. Would you guys be kind enough to, be on for me and engage with me and help me navigate through the buttons to make sure I know, what I need to do, and do something like that in a private group with a trusted group that you could do that as well. But the main thing is the more you do it, the more practice you're going to get and the easier it's going to get to do live, because live, without a doubt, is going to give you a little bit more engagement. It used to be back in the day that a lot of our content in Facebook would go in the news feed. That feed that when you first pop up on Facebook, you see all those things pop up. And nowadays, it's much harder to be in the news feed. You just don't get that reach. And you can see that because in a post, it'll say what the reach is. And you can see whether the reach is low, that maybe the reach will say 5, and then you do a live stream and it's 350. And then you boost it afterwards. That's how you run an ad. You can boost a post that engages really well, and you've got like 8,000 people of a reach. The reach is there. It's just the algorithm selects what gets in the newsfeed. So pre-recorded versus live. Live is always better if you can do it. And if you're just getting started, do it in a private group. Just start getting your feet wet a little bit and get comfortable with it, or do some pre-recorded ones first and then upload. And now the advantage of doing it live is that you don't have to go back and necessarily edit the video. It's up, it's done. You maybe go back and edit and put a little bit maybe of the broadcast notes in it if you want. And I would always have some type of call to action if you do any kind of video, even if it's just to go visit your website. So the advantage of doing the broadcast live is that it's done. Once you hit the button and then you hit end the broadcast or end the live video, you're done. And you don't have to go back, and it saves time. So it just depends on where you're comfortable in doing it. If you feel more comfortable going back and editing and you have that time, then that's great too. But for Facebook alone, it's important to be able to know a little bit about the algorithm and work with what's going to help you get that exposure. The length, it should be about 3 minutes or more for the length, and consistency helps too. If you're going to be on live, you can tell people, I'll be live at noon, on Wednesdays, and let them know so they can anticipate. If you have an email list, you could let them know, I'm going to be live on Wednesday at noon. Would love to have you join me. And if you know what your topic is, share what your topic is going to be. You could do that as well so you can get a little bit more engagement. The more engagement there is, the more the algorithm likes that. So if you can get them to chime in, if you can get them to say hello, that's why most people, when they go live, they say, hey, if you're here, would love to hear you. Just say hi, tell me where you're from, because every time they post, that's engagement, and that helps with your reach. So the length, the consistency helps. It's better to post directly into the platform that you're in, but you can upload a recorded video. And you can edit Facebook videos, and you can edit like YouTube videos. But what'll happen is you go in and you can edit it, and you'll see a spot where it says edit video, and you can crop maybe the front and the back end of the video. And then there's a button there that tells you to go ahead and edit, and you save it. And then it says Facebook will notify you when it's done. And when it's done, it'll pop up in a message and you see the video. But here's the thing, it's not the original video. It's like a new video that's been cropped. So you can post that, but again, you're posting that, and I've done that where I've edited and I posted it and I've left both. The live stream by far outperformed the edited video. So is there an advantage to it? I haven't really, other than the fact that it's clean. You've cut off like the beginning and the end and it's very clean. Maybe if you boost it, that clean version of it, it would give you some engagement. But right now, I'm really debating whether I should even have the countdown on there. In fact, I may even just cut the countdown down to maybe 15 seconds or something and just cut it way down so I don't have, 30 seconds or a minute of extra countdown time before I go live. So you experiment, you tweak, and you try things, and you look at the numbers, and you see definitely with me going live an hour later, there was just more engagement yesterday. There's more of a reach than there was when I was broadcasting at 7:30. So you have to just test, your audience, your people, your platform, whatever platform you're on, and see what works best. But by all means, so the moral of the story here, you can upload a pre-recorded video if you're really, really scared to go live. You can do that directly to the platform without redirecting like a YouTube link, but instead upload from your computer or go live and test it out in maybe a private group that you have, test it out. Or you know what you could do? You could just create a private group and invite some friends on there if you really are nervous about going live, and just create it temporarily and invite some friends to it. And then you guys could all, you can go in there and you can create these live videos and you can test it out and see how all the buttons work and everything. I mean, you could do that, but I don't think it's necessary. I think if you just start, you just get better. You just get better at it. You just have to begin. I think people are very forgiving when you're first starting out. I don't think when I see somebody and they're just starting out, I'm going, hey, kudos. I know what it's like. Way to go. I like to encourage them because I think it's awesome. Now, what you don't want to do, this is what you don't want to do. You don't want to do nothing. You don't want to fall into that category where you're not doing anything because you're scared to death. You just want to begin and start, be honest, be authentic, tell them I'm just navigating. You got any tips for me? Let me know. And you just as honest as you can be. And I think people are very gracious because back in the day, they remember what it was like when they started, right? So that's my tip for you as far as, and this question came up yesterday and I thought I should do a broadcast about that. So you'll have a better reach if you do live statistically. Now with the pandemic, I don't know what the fresh numbers are. This is all I could find as far as early 2020. So a few months back. But a lot of people are on live. So consistency, expectation, let them know you're going live. Ask them to engage with you. Again, if you're on here live, just say hello. You're going to say hello. I'm supposed to be able to see the comments in here. So when you're navigating, those are the things you want to look for when you go live, is where are the comments and stuff, so you can comment back and say hello to people when they join live. But try it out. I just challenge you to just try it out. Give it a go and see how it feels. And just make it a little longer than 3 minutes. You don't have to be on there. If you do maybe a 7-minute video, that's good to start with. And then just go from there. And if you really don't want to go live, you can always record. But then you might do editing and it just takes longer. So that's what I have for you. I hope that you are being safe, staying safe. I hope your family's safe. I hope everyone is doing well. And if you have any questions, I would love for you to just visit me and let me put on my website here, marisashadrick.com. You can visit me there. I have a free offer there on my website that you can download, 7 ways to earn revenue. You can go to my website and check it out. I have a webinar coming up in May. You can register for that as well. And I hope that I will engage with you in the future, and you will pop in any questions in the comment section, any ideas, things that you want to know about. Give me some ideas that I can speak into and maybe clarify for you in the live broadcast. So until tomorrow, stay safe, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.